Hello, and welcome back to Enchanted Babes, where we play D&D Under the Sea. I am NerdKicks, your DM, and I'm joined as always by my players Ashta, Alex, and Sen. Are we going by Ashta still?
Yes, we are.
Okay, got it. Great. So it's been a while, but let's just go ahead and jump into it, unless anyone has anything they need to add.
I don't think so.
All right, great. So Thauma and Leo have officially escaped prison.
Woohoo!
There was a prison break where there was a very strategic shit where Leo pretended to go to the bathroom disguised as a guard and then kind of coordinated with busting a hole in the wall with some magical clay. And we managed to escape with a lot of like pretending to be guards. That happened a lot as I was watching. I was like, and we're guards again. I mean, it's clever. It's helpful.
It worked.
It worked. So Leo and Thauma dove into the Genbhor Gardens, which is like a kind of forest in the middle of town, and then were able to sneak their way through the Spiral Market, where they were kind of noticed by some guards, but not stopped. There was kind of a conversation that maybe didn't go great, but they did manage to get away from it. And they are now safely in the Temple of Galathea with our friends Kaz and Hydrus, and Kale is with them, but there are some people left in the Genbhor Gardens, and you're not totally sure who all got out. And then, meanwhile, Elomi, after helping to make sure that they were able to secure their weapons, did unfortunately get detained again and spent the day studying.
I don't know why they think it was me that broke them out of jail. I would never do anything of the sort.
Uh-huh.
I have always
Sure.
followed the rules.
Nope, never. Perfect little noble.
Yeah, so that is where we are at. So I don't remember what time of day we ended. I think it was very early in the morning when the prison break happened. So then this would be like midday. Oh no, but you finished the day.
Yeah. My last note is that Leo and Thauma spend the day attuning and resting respectively.
That's right. Okay. So it is now evening time. We will start with Elomi. You have been left in the library all day and you fell asleep. You were able to glean some information, and then you kind of fell asleep in a book. And you are eventually woken to the sound of the door opening.
Gonna quickly shut the book and stand up as straighten myself out as much as possible. Hello.
You look up and you see Waelan and a second guard. Waelan is the guard who brought you all your friend's stuff. And so it's Waelan and a second guard are there. And the other guard says, it's time to turn in. I'm here to escort you to your room.
Thank you very much. I wasn't sleeping in here. I pinky promise. Gonna put down the book and sort of swim out the door.
Okay. They lead you. The one who just spoke is in front of you, and Waelan is kind of behind you. And they lead you to your room. As you are headed towards your room, you see your brother Brythrad and like a couple of people sort of speaking in like hushed tones in kind of like a nook that you're about to go past.
I'm not carrying anything, am I?
I would say no. I don't think you have anything with you.
Mm-mm. No reason to draw suspicion and nothing that I can reasonably say to linger here for the moment.
Do you
See if-
want to like try to listen as you go past?
Yeah, if I can do that at least.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
As much as I like disobeying the rules, there's only so much benefit that can get me. 10 plus 5 is 15.
Okay. It's hard to make out a whole lot. You hear them say the crown princess a few times, and just like some medical jargon. And they look very concerned. And then you hear someone say, Baelnor is still not recovered, and what are we gonna do? And that's about all you can get.
Do I know who Baelnor is?
You have heard the name Baelnor.
I have. Can I check see if I know him?
Make a history check.
Yes, excellent. 11,
11.
which is about as well as I do on most history, recalling it in real life, actually.
The name might be in your actual physical notes.
Oh.
I'll just tell you, it was the name written in the journal that you found in the like holding cell, or the book that you found.
Oh my god, it's been forever.
It's been a while. Which I don't totally know who has that book right now.
I don't know if it was.
I think Leo has it.
Well, Leo gave it to someone else. But maybe they didn't.
Rooney was the dude. Baelnor was the. Okay.
So we'll say that Leo has
Nope.
it since we know.
I was gonna say the notes are from the session on 312. I don't have session numbers, but I have session dates.
And you also weren't able to glean much of anything from that notebook, just that it had the name Baelnor written in it.
Mm-hmm.
As you're like kind of slowed down as trying to listen, Waelan is clearly not paying attention and just like fully bumps into you. It's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry.
Okay, are you doing anything, saying anything?
Just as surreptitiously as I can. I'm curious. When I was investigating something before I came back home, I heard the name Baelnor. Is he like around here still? I thought that he was like.
Are you asking Waelan?
Yeah.
Okay. Waelan goes, oh, Baelnor? That's the crown princess's right-hand guy. It's like her guard guy.
Oh.
Assistant?
Got
Manservant? I don't actually know what his total is. Title? Title? Title.
Well, thank you for letting me know. It's been a while since I was, in the loop here. I appreciate it.
Anything you need.
I really like Waelan.
And they continue to lead you down the hall towards your bedroom, where they deposit you.
Oh, hello, kitty baby.
Are you doing anything when you get there?
It's not information that I didn't already have, except for the fact that Baelner is still out there, supposedly searching for a cure. Hi, kitty baby. So there's nothing really else to do other than just check up on Seb and make sure that I have an emergency to-go bag.
Okay. Waelan is posted at the door, and the other guard seems to have gone.
All right.
So I will cut over to the other two while you think about if there's anything you want to do before bed or in the night. So you spent the day kind of resting, relaxing, and it is evening now. You're still with Kaz and Kale and Hydrus.
So, yeah, we need to figure out what we can do because we can't stay here in the temple in Kaz's closet.
Hydrus is like, yeah, there's not enough room in here for everybody. My closet seems to have gotten a little bit crowded.
Happy belated Pride.
It's Pride Wrath
I can
Month.
fit
Or no,
under
it's
the
Gay
bed.
Wrath Month. You said you get under the bed? Is that what you said?
I can fit under the
I
bed.
can fit under the bed.
Yeah.
Kale says, we kind of need to figure out how many people got out and see if we can find them.
It's going to be a bit of a mess, but do you have any idea where they might congregate after
Well,
escaping? Did you have like any
Smart,
like?
they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
I mean, I think the plan would just be get to the out. Well, if they're in the gardens, they probably would stay there because that seems safe, and then just work on finding a way to get out of town.
Well, the guards are probably going to be all over those gardens, so get it, gardens, guards. Guess what are the best routes out of the city for fugitives?
Kaz is like, that's not a question I've had to consider before. But let me think while the DM pulls up a map. Well, the northern entrance into the Sunburst Shallows is one of the less guarded entrances and exits. But when I popped out for tea, I did notice that it seems like there's a lot more guards gathering about. Presumably because y'all broke out of prison. So I would say that's probably the least guarded. You could go just up, but it would be pretty conspicuous because not a lot of people just go up.
I don't think we can take Gideon up. That'll be even more conspicuous, and we can't live without Gideon.
No, we can't live without Gideon. You are right. Well, I guess what is our... I'm not much for thinking ahead, so bear with me while my two brain cells work.
Gotta wait for them to hit each other.
I know! Takes forever. So, like...
screensaver.
Yeah.
And when it hits the corner perfectly is when a thought occurs. So, like, prisoners are out. We've done that much. The next best thing is to start working on proving their, maybe not innocence, but like, you know, that the system is corrupt and, you know, that they were just trying to get back what was rightfully theirs. You know,
Which our best bet at that is getting the king to listen to us.
And the only way the king's gonna listen to us is if we
Which-
save his daughter.
Which we need to get back in contact with Elomi, get them out, so we can go do that. I feel like getting out of prison is easier than getting a letter into the court.
I mean, I have rested. I feel like I could disguise myself again if that would... We could, like, disguise ourselves as, like, I don't know. I could be Elomi again. That was fun.
I feel like maybe more than one Elomi in the court might be a little suspicious.
Nah.
Because I can also make myself look like Elomi,
Alright, well,
but it would change how many limbs I have. And I can't do that.
I mean, you could coil tentacles together to be like one to look like a regular tail.
alright, well, if the disguise route won't work, what if we just, like, went in all, like, sneaky and stuff? We could, like, throw pebbles at their window. Do the classic, you know, swim out in the middle of the night, go to a rager, come home before dawn. That won't
Do
work?
you know which window is theirs?
I mean, what? There's, like, the king, the princess, that stuck-up git of a brother, and Elomi. That's like 4 people that live there. How many windows can there be?
I'm pretty sure there's more than just 4 people that live at court. Just
Now think
based
about
off
it, it
of
is a
how
really
big it
big
was.
building. That is true. You think they're all bedrooms? I didn't think of that.
How can you tell from the outside which is a bedroom?
I mean, I guess in smaller houses it is a lot easier to work out which ones are the bedrooms. I'm not used to dealing with very big buildings. It's confusing.
At this point, Kaz says, well, I definitely think we need to stop in the gardens to see who made it out.
You really only care that I got Kale out? I don't
Sorry,
want to risk getting picked
Kale
back
said
up
that.
again.
Sorry, not Kaz. Kale said that.
Okay. I only care that I got you out. I don't want to risk getting picked back up again. I don't want to risk either of us getting picked back up again.
I don't really want to let them rot there.
If we get in front of the king, and if we get him to listen to us, they won't rot there. We'll get them out eventually. Elomi will take over the guard within the next year.
What do you guys want to do?
I was plan C, was waiting that amount of time.
Plan C is wait a year?
Plan C was waiting a year if we couldn't figure out a way to get in and out.
Seems like a long time.
It was, but how long were we in the orphanage? As long as that.
You're the boss.
Well, I reckon we can speed that timeline up. But step one is getting to Elomi. So, like, we can either bluff our way in, which doesn't seem smart. Could sneak our way in and try and find Elomi. If only we had some sort of ally or something on the inside.
At which point, Kaz chimes in and is like, I mean, I'm not wanted for crimes. I'm just saying. I get away with crimes. I mean, I don't do crimes. No crimes.
Well, there is a difference between getting away with crimes and not doing crimes.
Then you will never know which one is the situation here.
Well, like, could we give you,
have ways
like,
of
a
getting that
message?
information out of you.
Wait, what did Thauma say?
So they have ways of getting information out of you to know if you have done crimes and just haven't gotten caught.
Goodness. I mean, you need a message? I could take a message.
Yeah, if you could just, like, tell Elomi where we are. And, like, she could come meet us here, and then we could, like, bounce and go do like our little quest, save a princess, and become heroes of the realm. That's how it goes in the storybooks.
That sounds pretty straightforward to me. Yeah, I could do it. You want to write something down, or do you want me to, like, verbally or leave a message at the tone?
I mean,
Telling her might be better? No paper trail? Is handwriting analysis a thing?
How smart do you think Elomi is? Just curious.
No, I mean like the guards. I don't want them to like tie
good.
the
Okay.
handwriting.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were assuming I was a genius. Okay, good. I gotta keep our expectations low.
So if I'm just walking in the front door, first I gotta grow some feet. If I'm just swimming in the front door, I probably shouldn't go at night.
yeah, that would be weird.
Probably not.
Yeah, so maybe I go tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning, you know.
Okay, I can go.
Maybe we could be like, oh, you left this from... Maybe she left something when she was staying here. Does her family know that she stayed here? Do they stayed here? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think it's come up.
They is correct. I don't know if Elomi would have shared that detail with them.
Just
that they were helping us with helping the temple with the worms underground.
Right, I don't know if that was shared to the castle. to the court of Gen.
But Kaz could just be like, Elomi helped us with a thing, left this behind. And if probed, Elomi could be like, oh yeah, I helped with this.
Oh yeah,
It's a
I know
truth.
they are.
It's easier to
Yeah.
build a lie off of a truth than build a complete lie.
Okay. So yeah, you got like a thing? You want me to try to take a thing? What do you want to just I could find a rock?
I will take off my clockwork amulet and give it to Kaz and say, here,
Okay.
take this. Elomi will recognize what this is, so if nothing else, that should give them a good hint about where we are currently.
Great. She kind of sticks it in her pocket. And it's like, I guess in the morning I'll get going.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Good night.
A long rest.
Cutting back to Elomi, are you doing anything before bed?
I can imagine Elomi doing this because the window escaped back when they were in the
The
what
crossroads.
was that? Yeah, the crossroads.
That went so well.
That went absolutely well. If the windows are not barred, putting out black and white striped cloth.
Just like hanging up black and white striped cloth?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a very narrow window, but it's wide enough that you could get like your arm through it to hang up some black and white striped cloth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta let my rebel flag fly.
Okay. And then you all get a long rest. In the morning, Kaz is like, all right, see you. I mean, is anything specific you want me to share other than where you guys are?
No, I don't think so. I mean, would they need to know anything else? Nah. They're smart. I believe in them.
I mean, we can't really do much. Because, like, I know we can't stay here long.
Well, how about we, like, give them till, like, sundown and then we're leaving town?
All right, you want me to tell them they
I
have...
don't know if they can get out that fast.
Sundown tomorrow and then we're leaving town.
All right, sundown tomorrow. And then Kaz leaves.
Wait, where would we go? Like, which...
What? Yeah, what? Huh? What?
Which way will... Where will we go?
They're smart. They'll figure it
Let
out.
them know which direction we will be heading.
They're smart.
Wait,
They'll
am
figure
I
it out.
telling
If
them to meet
we
you
leave-
here? Or am I telling them you're leaving?
Ah.
Maybe we could regroup at the Genbhor Gardens before leaving.
You're not there. You don't get to contribute.
No,
That was the
Meet
We don't
here.
metagame here. We don't metagame
Yeah,
here.
meet here. But if it's we can't stay in this tiny room for long.
Kaz is like, no, you can't. Who said that?
That's that damn
by
ghost again.
night tomorrow. You said it was the north. The north gate is probably what's not as guarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be north of the city. Be out north of the city tomorrow night. If we're not able to make it to the temple,
It would be kind
You
of
got
poetic
it.
I
because,
guess.
like, that's where Elomi, when they first escaped, they went out via the Sunburst Shallows. So, you know, just I believe like my old teacher used to call them like narrative parallels or something.
Nice. Okay, so Kaz departs. And Elomi, it is you're left in your room. Food is brought to you and like nobody's talking to you right now. There's a lot of hustle and bustle happening. Kind of you can hear it out the window, you can hear stuff going on in the hallway. There's a lot going on. But nobody seems to really be like acknowledging you other than like dropping off some food.
Truly grounded, but that's better for me to work with.
And about noon, like midday, you hear a very quiet knock on the door.
Oh, afternoon. Who is it?
You just hear another quiet knock on the door.
Lemmy's gonna swim over to the door and open it up and say, hello?
So Waelan kind of like shoves in and like shuts the door behind him. And he looks very confused.
Titanic Christ, what happened?
He holds out Leo's clockwork amulet.
Oh my.
All I know is you have until sundown tomorrow. And you have to go. No, wait, you have until sundown tomorrow, or Galathea wants you to go north. I don't know what it means. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
But
okay.
this is for you.
I'm gonna take the amulet and pat him on the shoulder and say, thank you, Waelan. You did your best. You did your best to give me this message. Thank you very much.
Kaz is
and then
too
he,
competent
like,
to have screwed that up. That was 100% on Waelan.
I can't help it. I love them.
And he leaves.
Okay, so when you leave, you need to take Waelan with you.
Oh, I fucking. I wonder if I could.
About like early afternoon, a very frazzled looking Kaz comes back. There's a lot going on up there. And it turns out you can't just talk to whoever you want. But right after I got kicked out, this guy showed up and said he could help me. I don't know how smart he was. But I think we got it.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I did some rolls, and some of them were good and some of them were bad. But also it's really heightened security in the court right now. So yeah. So Elomi, you have received the message. You have until sundown tomorrow, or Galathea wants you to go north.
Okay. Sorry. I'm okay. I'm calm.
So we have kind of an odd timing issue now, where it kind of depends on what Elomi's gonna do over the next day and a half.
Yeah.
Thauma and Leo, kind of think about how you want to spend the day and a half. If there's anything in particular you want to do.
Nothing like. I don't think Leo has anything specific that they want to do other than, you know, if there's anything missing, sort of like just from general supplies and stuff. You know, like
Okay.
if they don't have, like, say, you know, their mess kit and water skin and all that, just sort of like acquiring those basic
Okay.
things in preparation for leaving.
Kind of restocking. A bunch of your stuff did kind of get shuffled around and swiped, so I would say it would cost you like a gold to kind of replenish everything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gone.
Yeah, same here. Anything that needs to be re-upped.
Okay. Same for you. Just cost you a gold.
While out and about, I am going to cast Disguise Self.
Okay. So you're gonna actually leave the temple disguised?
Yes.
Yeah, but probably only stay in the
person. Yeah, in the immediate area.
Yeah, stay in the spiral market.
Whatever's close by.
Okay. You definitely noticed heightened security, and like just lots of like bustle. There's a lot going on. Even all the way on the other side of town, there's just like kind of some general panic. Not as many shops are open as you would expect. Seems like some people maybe didn't feel comfortable opening today, given that things are happening. All right. Elomi, is there anything you want to be doing?
I'd like to investigate the historical architecture records of the Church of Didea to see if there's any record of a passage to that huge ass underground cavern that connects to the Temple of Galathea.
Okay. Yeah, so the guard will take you to the library and make an investigation check.
Oh, please be kind to me, please. Oh, I need this. I can't be stuck in here. 19. A good start. Plus 4, 23.
Okay. Yeah, so you find like blueprints of the Temple of Didea, and there doesn't seem to be any record of tunnels. And then you remember that you had found this like weird book that kind of referenced the attempted overtake of another religion. And so you go back and you rifle through it and you find some references to like an underground movement that when you initially read it you thought was like a metaphor, but no, it's literally underground.
That's fun. I like that.
There are references to this like an underground. It doesn't use the word tunnel, but you're like reading between the lines, you're like, oh no, they are talking about they just built a tunnel underground.
So with the clues from that book, I should be able to find and use it.
I have to check my notes really quick.
Given like strictly average, like 10 rolls.
So it connects to the Temple of Didea, which is outside of the court of Gen. But you think you might have an idea of a couple places it would be if you were in the Temple of Didea. Like there's like a couple offices and like a chapel that you're like, okay, the references here seem like maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And how much of the day does this take up?
It's like early evening now. It's just a couple hours.
Okay. While we're in the library, I'm going to. Is it just me and Waelan?
No, it's a different guard, and he's outside.
Different garden. He's outside. Okay. Is Wayland on a different schedule for today, or will he be back in the evening? Like when I get back to my room.
You honestly cannot figure out Waelan's schedule.
Got it. That makes sense. I'm gonna peek my head out the library then and say, "Excuse me, can you ask Wayland to come and see me, just whenever he has time this evening? Thank you."
Waelan?
Yes, my guard. I wanted someone that I felt more comfortable with to ask this favor of.
Make a persuasion check.
Please, I've got such pretty big eyes. Oh, that's not the worst I could have rolled. 12?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has other duties. He wasn't assigned to you.
No?
No.
I misunderstood. Never mind.
Do you need something, though?
In that case, yes, is there anyone that can accompany me to the Temple of Daidai? I'd like to reconnect to the church that I grew up in, and
We're under strict orders not to let you leave.
not even to the temple?
We're under strict orders not to let you leave.
Okay.
I can take you to your room. You can go to the library. Those are the two places I can take you.
Okay.
I mean, unless you wanted to see the princess, but I don't know why you would. She's probably asleep.
I don't want to upset sister right now. I think that'd be fine. Maybe another
Okay.
time. Gonna give my best sea puppy dog eyes as I close the door again.
Okay. Cool. So after a while, it becomes kind of like evening and like later evening, and the guard comes in and says, all right, I've come to take you back to your room.
All right.
And
Thank you.
on your way to your room, there's kind of like a shuffle down the hall. Like I don't know, like people are like, what? I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? A hubbub? A hubbub is the word I'm looking for, I guess.
Yeah.
And oh God, I already forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, there's kind of just like a little bit of a commotion. Commotion is the word I was looking for. And
Got there.
you see Brythrad again and the people that he was like talking with. And there is another guard and they're kind of like fussing over him. And you see some like similar blue lesions to what your sister had.
I'm gonna make a break for them. I need to know what's happening. I'm not caring about caution right now.
Okay, you're just gonna like dart over to them?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're in kind of like a little like they're right outside of a door they're right outside of your sister's door actually. And the prince and someone are like kind of examining this guy and he's kind of like flustered and like frustrated. And they kind of look up as you approach.
Braithwaite, is everything okay? Hi, are you okay? You look just like. Never mind. Are you in pain?
I mean, it definitely doesn't feel good. And Brythrad says, this is clearly something is happening here. Wow, I can't brain right now.
Have we learned anything that can help our sister, or like?
Well, we've learned that Baelnor is also affected.
So it has to be acute exposure rather than something that can be caught endemically, which that means that we're good as a society, which means that means that there's not going to be a pandemic, so that's good. There's no need for quarantine. Excellent.
Not really sure how you came to that conclusion.
Sister's been
We
exposed
have
to so
not
many
ruled
people.
out contagious yet.
But how many people have been exposed to Sister? And none of
Given
them
the
have caught it.
timeline, we have not yet ruled out contagious.
Anyways,
I mean, was Baelnor
there-
sleeping with your sister?
I don't think we're close enough for that
Then
conversation.
how does her brother? Then how does brother have them too?
No, it's not the brother, it's Baelnor. Baelnor has the lesions.
Brythred is brother. Baelnor is like escort assistant.
Oh, I thought it was Brythred was in the.
Oh, yeah.
Brythred was discussing with Baelnor, but
yes, Baelnor has the lesions.
I thought it was just Brythred in the hall.
You thought it was just Game of Thrones up in here, huh?
Yeah. I got the B names mixed up. I thought it was that the brother also had it.
Goodness.
Anyways.
Maybe Baelnor's sleeping with both of them. We don't know.
We don't know.
Ooh. God forbid a boy toy do anything. Our sister, the Crown Princess, mentioned something about the coral. Was there something that you encountered that you had never seen before?
You're asking Baelnor?
Yeah.
I don't. Who are you?
I'm their secret younger sibling. I'm Elomi. Hi. I got pulled into
Brythred immediately pulls you away from Baelnor and just kind of shoves you down the hall towards your room.
Dude.
I can't curse. I can't curse in here.
And then
I'm being normal.
says, "What the hell are you doing? Are you trying to bring down the entire kingdom?"
I'm trying to see if there's some way that we can investigate and cure our sister. Because I'll be frank with you, I don't want her to die.
I don't either, but we have all of the best doctors in the entire city and the surrounding area working on this.
Are they making progress?
Are you making progress?
I've been stuck in my fucking room all day.
Yes, because you keep fucking things up.
Oh, that's the first time. I didn't think you could curse, actually. That was...
And I didn't think you gave this little of a shit about this family.
I care about whether you die or not. I care about your well-being. I want you to be happy. I want all of you to be happy. I don't want to be stuck in a position.
Happy, then the crown and everything it stands for are what is at stake here. And if you're going to run your mouth like that, it's just going to ruin everything we've built.
You don't really need me here, do you? You just need anyone that can do the job.
You are next in line. It is your duty to take over this position when I have to take over her position.
think that there's something that you're misunderstanding. Duty means nothing if it costs you your life. If it costs me your life. At least to me. I want the people to be happy, but not at this high of a price. This is too much. And I'm just gonna turn away because there's clearly a difference of opinions here. I'll be
He
good.
You
I'll be
hear like
true.
a heavy sigh behind you. And the guard who was escorting you is kind of like between you and like the door to your room is just like he's not like pushing you to go in, but he's kind of like waiting for you to go in.
Oh no, I'm going in and very measuredly closing the door behind me, making sure not to slam it.
Okay. Got it. Ow. Okay. So we'll go ahead and cut to the next morning. When you notice that Waelan is back.
I'm gonna I'm not gonna run up and embrace him, but I'm gonna be like, Waelan, I miss you. Yesterday was yeah.
Can I help you?
Um Actually, if it's not too difficult, I wanted to collect myself and pray for the well-being of my family at the Temple of Didea.
I don't think you're supposed to leave.
I know that they don't want me to, but I feel so I feel so suffocated right here. I need to do something rather than just sit and read and eat. There's got to be something more that I can do, and if the only thing I can do is pray, then that's it.
Okay. I think we'll get in trouble though. He's like, you can see him like hardcore calculating in his head. How the fuck are we gonna pull this off? Do you want me to ask if they'll let you go into the temple, or do you just want to like just go, like ask forgiveness instead of permission?
Personally, I don't want to see my brother's face right now, so I think um I'm just going to put on my robes because that's what's appropriate to go to the temple as a former acolyte, at least.
I'm so gonna get in trouble. Okay, yeah, let's go. And so he leads you through the court of Gen, and you can something about it. You can tell internally he's humming the Mission Impossible theme. You can't hear anything coming out of him, but you can tell that he's like, we're being so sneaky. And a couple of times
I feel like it
kind of
might be more Pink Panther.
you know, some of each maybe. So a couple of times he's like, you're like about to go around a corner, and then he like stops you to like, you know, let someone pass. And you get to the front gate of the court of Gen and are immediately stopped by the guards there. There's like a tall shark, half shark woman, and then a shorter mer person, and they're like, she's supposed to be inside. What's going on?
I've asked my escort to bring me to the temple so that I can pray for forgiveness and for the health of my family. And Elomi's going to start to tear up and look at them with big old eyes. My sister isn't doing well, and I don't want to lose her. This sucks.
The shorter merperson guard kind of gets wide-eyed and is like, looks around and is like, what do you think you're doing? Why are you talking about these things in public? And you remember that, like, this is all being kept, like, really hush-hush.
I can't help it. When I'm distressed like this, the only way to calm down is to go to the temple. And when I'm distressed, I tend to not keep things to myself as much. So I want to calm down as best I can so that I can keep it together
Make
for the
a
rest of my studies.
deception check.
You got this, Elomi. You've got this.
Please.
I'll say with advantage because of the tears.
Oh, excellent. I'm so glad that you said with advantage. Did you say deception or
I said deception.
deception? Okay, 23.
23. The guard, the taller, like, female guard, kind of like makes a note and it's like, all right, Waelan, you better bring them back soon. And they look very concerned, but they let you pass.
Daddy, God bless you. Thank you.
They both kind of nod at you. And you are in the street in front of the court of Gen.
I'm being a good little sort of on house arrest person, and I'm just gonna I'm heading straight for the temple, sort of checking to make sure that Waelan's keeping up if he's not leading the way.
Nope, he's following you. And you make it to the Temple of Didea.
All right.
Where are you
Is
going?
You said that the places that drew the most interest were the chapel, followed by a few offices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go into the chapel first.
Okay. Yeah, you go into the chapel. There are some people kind of praying. There's a small group of people around like a podium where it just seems to be like having like a small discussion. It's not super crowded, but there's definitely a handful of people in here.
Do I have any more concrete clues than just like general rooms?
From the notes, that's all you could. I mean, you were really reading between the lines in the notes. So you don't have anything else other than just like maybe there's a secret entrance somewhere.
In the Temple of Galathea, it was behind the podium, I think. Wasn't it?
Was under a statue.
It was under a statue.
Which, incidentally, there are 3 similar statues in the Temple of Didea. There's one in the chapel.
Is it customary to pray at the feet of or around the statue, similar to how it is in like
Definitely.
Christian sects? Okay.
There's like one person praying in front of it right now.
All right. Then I'm going to start praying next to them and surreptitiously be studying the statue for anything secret buttony. Here be the entrance to a tunnel looking ass.
Yeah. Make an investigation check at disadvantage.
Okay. Sounds fair. Probably gonna be. Eight.
You don't see anything. Make
Okay.
a history check, though.
History check. History. I'm pretty good at that. Thank goodness for being a bard. That was a nat 20.
Hey, let's go.
+4. Although I don't
So, you remember that the podium that there is currently a group of people around does move out of the way. And what you know to be underneath it is just kind of a small little like storage kind of like cabinet kind of space that they kind of keep just like a couple of chalices and, you know, glow candle thingies, just like general like worship crap is just stashed under the podium. You know that that is there, and that the podium just kind of slides out of the way. And you remember like kind of being told not to go through it, and that, you know, some of the head nun people, I don't remember what we call them, they will access it to like take things out of it, but like you were told that you are not supposed to like go through that storage area.
All right. So is the group of people at the podium a group of worshippers or a group of like acolytes, like people working for the temple?
It's a group of worshippers. It looks like a high school field trip.
Oh, I see.
Like it's church camp, you know. It's a bunch of like teenagers.
Is there anything in the storage area that would be particularly fun or attractive for teenagers to pilfer or otherwise look at?
I mean, the last time you saw what was in it, there were a couple kind of cool looking chalices that were kind of shiny. That's about it. It's kind of like notebooks and candles and stuff. But you also haven't seen it in like a year.
Okay. How big of a group of high school kids?
It's like 10 and 2 chaperones.
How close are the 2 chaperones? Because they might get in the way of this harebrained scheme.
They're kind of, so like there's like a circle of these teenagers, and then they're kind of like off to the side chatting, looking bored.
Got it. I was figuring that was the general arrangement.
You also like kind of overhear, and they're currently like leading their way through a traditional Daidea prayer, and they're getting close to the end of it.
Okay. I'm going to where's Waelan and all this?
He's just kind of like looking. He's like 5 feet away, just like, whoa.
Okay.
There's some shiny stuff in here.
Is the
ceiling
they're
painted
now
by...
wrapping. Sorry, what?
Is the ceiling painted by Michael Anglerfish?
Beautiful. Just beautiful. They're now finishing up the prayer. They're kind of saying the last couple lines. And you see a couple of them start to like look around like they might wander off.
Okay. I will approach and say, "Hello, I am an acolyte of the temple. I would like to show you something that's a little bit of a secret among us, if that's okay with your chaperones here. There's a little
Um,
storage area, and this is where we keep all of the proper chalices."
a couple of them are like, okay. A couple of them have already wandered off, and then like a couple of them are like, that sounds cool.
Okay. And then I'm going to push the pedestal.
Okay. Let me just. Oh, that's good. You push the pedestal out of the way, and there is just like a kind of closed, like a little like mini trapdoor kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
that you've seen open before.
Uh, can I attempt to open it, or is there like
Yeah.
a lock on? Okay.
Nope, it opens just fine. There are a couple of like, candle orb things in it, some notebooks, and like a couple symbols of Didea,
Hmm.
a chalice.
And to sort of cover my tracks, I'm going to say, and this is where we just find the chalices for special prayers, and these are the candle orbs, particularly for, the solstice events. Equinoxes don't really need those, but
There's
I
like
know this.
three of them who are paying attention. The rest are starting to wander off because they don't care.
All right.
The three of them are like, one of them is like super nerdy, like taking notes, like, okay, yep, got it.
Now, I need you to keep this a secret from most everyone that's not interested in the faith.
Okay.
Um, that's because they might get a little bit upset because this is where they keep the most valuable goodies.
Are you sure we're supposed to be looking at this? I
Probably
don't.
not. Can you shut the pedestal over me, actually? I need to find something at the way back down here.
It's not that big. It's like
Is there a way
box.
for.
Do you want to like rifle through the stuff in it?
Yeah, like, can I find what feels like a door on any side?
You don't find a door. You kind of like feel around, and underneath um the like at the bottom of this like box there does appear to be like an additional door type thing.
Okay.
And it does open to another small compartment.
I'm
Um,
going to open that up.
okay, there is in that other compartment. Are you trying to be sneaky at all, or are you just like being like out in the
Um,
open about it?
I'm trying to look like I'm on my business, trying to tell these kids about, like, oh, these are the candles that we use for, like, I don't know, votives.
Mm-hmm. You so in this smaller
Like,
the lower compartment, there is a like a stone built into the base with like runes around it.
ooh, that sounds important. I want to touch it.
You're gonna touch it?
Does it
Yeah.
remind Elomi of the runes that we saw at the base of the statue in a different room? Was it at the temple
Maybe
of...
it does.
Oh my God,
It
I have.
does look reminiscent of the statue that opened up in the tunnel on the other end.
I'm going to swing my bag around and dig through until I get that little symbol of Didea in my bag. The little glass jar with the heron feather in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna hold it hold it out to the little stone seal and be like, please don't make me look stupid. Please don't make me look stupid.
Are you doing this while there's still a bunch of people in the room?
Um,
Because there's a bunch of people in the room. There's someone by the statue. There's like people like 6 feet away from you.
What time of day is it?
It's like mid-morning.
Then I think I'm going to yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing it.
Okay. You hold the symbol of a Daidea near the stone and it starts to glow.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear kind of a scraping sound as the statue that side note, Waelan is currently leaning against, and there's definitely someone who looks really annoyed about it. Starts to like shake a little bit. And you see like some like dust kind of coming off of it as it's shaking and starts to slowly shift backwards. And there's kind of like people are like, whoa, oh my, what is going on? Like the people are like freaking out. And the people, the like acolytes are like looking panicked and like kind of darting around, darting towards you, darting towards the statue. And there's a lot happening right now. What are you doing?
So it's not open enough to go through yet.
It's just starting. I want to know. There's a lot of people reacting to what's going on. What's your plan? You don't have a lot of time.
I'm going to quickly cover up the circle of runes down here and hope that it keeps sliding open or at least stays where it is until I can come back here. Put everything back in its place as best I can. And let's look at...
I mean, it is still sliding out of place, but everyone is reacting to this happening. The acolytes are now starting to escort. They're like, okay, everyone, it is time. The chapel is closed. We need to get out of here. And they're like kicking everyone out. And the acolytes are approaching you. There's two of them are now approaching you. And one of them recognizes, like you recognize them, and they look angry and panicked.
I'm going to use call emotions.
Okay. Is that a saving throw?
I believe it's a saving throw. Let me double check here.
What kind of saving throw?
That's what I'm trying to look for. Calm emotions.
Oh,
charisma saving throw.
Okay, 20-foot radius sphere.
Massive.
Are they that close?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
There's several people in that area. All right, let's see. What's your DC?
Don't mind me. It's all okay. Calm
my
down.
DC is...
It's fine.
My DC is 14.
Okay. Okay, so you can make people indifferent about you. Okay. Okay, so the one that you recognize suddenly doesn't seem to care. And it's just like, oh, okay. And like kind of wandering away with everyone else as well as one of the other ones. But another one is kind of like, what are they, what are you doing? What is going on? Like, and is clearly not affected by the spell and is coming up towards the podium.
All right.
What are you doing?
I can kick a junior priest's ass. I can do it.
There are other people still in the room.
No, I'm just trying to psych myself up. There's got to be something I can do right here.
But I mean, they are ushering everyone out. So I guess if you wait a moment, there will only be one person.
That is true.
But
But this person doesn't recognize me, do they?
correct.
Fellow Alkalite, this is very confusing. Do you think that you can go and get an elder here? Because we need someone that can help interpret this situation, because I've never seen this happen before.
You opened the statue. You opened the podium.
Wait, you knew it could do that? Never mind.
You need to leave. I will be speaking to your supervisor.
No, I'll leave down here.
Absolutely not. You need to go. Get out. Guard, and they kind of like gesture towards Waelan and like, guard, you need to get this person out of here.
Oh, they're mine. They're my guard.
Waelan looks very conflicted. Like,
Waelan, I need you to escort me down to this tunnel, okay?
I think we should go.
Oh, you can go if you want. I'm gonna go down this tunnel.
At that point, the acolyte says, absolutely you are not. I may need to have you arrested.
Do you think that that's the worst thing that can happen to a person? Do you think that being arrested is the worst thing?
What are you talking about? What are you doing opening that when there are people here?
I'm just stalling to make sure that it can open, honestly.
Fair enough.
Just let me know at what point in me talking bullshit that this happens.
So at this point, you do see them starting to reach towards the pedestal basin again, like where the control is.
Okay. Is the passage open now? No.
You could maybe almost squeeze through. I mean, you could definitely try to dart through it and see if you can make it through.
Can I throw a book at them first?
Absolutely, you can.
I would love to throw bullshit at them.
What book are you throwing?
I don't know. I assume that there's like the equivalent of a Bible sitting around here somewhere.
Absolutely, there is. Yeah, roll. Would that be like dexterity? Yeah, roll dexterity.
Oh, thank God it's dexterity.
What the hell? Add proficiency because you're religious. You know how to throw a Bible.
Actually, that would make sense for Elomi. Elomi does strike me as that type of nonsense. Okay. Proficiency is
plus
3, so that would make it plus 2. 19.
19. You throw the book and it like hits them in the side of the head and they're just like, and they're definitely like, it throws them off for a moment, which does grant you a moment longer before they can get to the controls.
Excellent. I'm gonna make a break for the statue and the little gap then.
Okay.
I'm squeezing myself in there.
Okay. Pick high or low.
Oh, God, I hate this game. My first instinct is high.
High. Okay. So you squeeze through, you manage to squeeze through the hole, and a moment later, it starts to close again, and you just kind of see Waelan like looking at you and like, bye.
I'll be back.
And it closes, and it's very dark in here.
All right. Well, first hard part's done. That's excellent. Now it's time to do my cantrip of dancing lights.
Oh yeah, okay. Beautiful. You are in a very large, well, first off, you're in just like a small kind of like stairwell kind of tunnel. I presume you
Okay.
go down it.
Mhm.
And that leads to a very large cavern with what appears to be a cave in front of you.
All right.
That's probably the other side of what we saw.
That would in fact be.
There's also lots of like equipment kind of just lying around. Like carts and like construction kind of equipment.
One second. I'm having a brain blast here. Could that work?
Brain blast.
I wonder what that feels like.
Brain blast?
Mm.
It has to feel good, right?
Well, if it feels anything like a brain zap, no.
Oh, for sure not like that.
What's a brain zap?
It's like when your brain does zappy things.
They're not fun.
They're not fun. Some types of medication, like particularly withdrawals from some types of medication, causes it to happen. And they are not fun.
I had a friend who would always talk about having brain zaps.
It's like someone sticking a 9-volt battery to your brain. It's not nice.
That sounds so unpleasant.
It's very unpleasant.
I've heard that it can sometimes happen to people that have a tendency for migraines as well.
Huh. Weird. Okay, so Elomi, what are you doing?
I thought that I could possibly use like mending to mend the cave in, but that would be stupid.
Don't think mending works like that.
Not on that scale, no.
You do see a lot of equipment lying around.
Do I see like a shovel, or is it like more of a compacted thing that would require a pickaxe?
You see some of each.
Let's start with the shovel.
Okay.
I need to be like a 3x3 hole.
You start getting to work, and the shovel doesn't bring you a whole lot of success, and you try a pickaxe, and that's like a little bit more successful. Make a Constitution check.
All right. Flat even on that, so that 9.
9. You start to get tired. It takes you a really long time to start making progress. You end up like, it takes you hours and hours and hours, and by the time you think, it's also like pitch black in here. So you have the dancing lights, but you don't really have a huge concept of what time it is. You feel like it might be early morning the next day when you finally break through, and you've got like a small hole you could like fit your hand through into the other side. So you have to make a decision now if you're going to take a long rest, or if you're going to keep working. Side note, you're taking a point of exhaustion. If you don't take a long rest, you will take a second point of exhaustion. But if you do take a long rest, you risk not getting through in time.
I don't want to risk getting through in time. What does the exhaustion do again?
Exhaustion points. First one grants you disadvantage. Let's see. Exhaustion. One point of exhaustion is a disadvantage on ability checks. 2 points is disadvantage on ability checks plus your speed is halved.
Okay. While it wouldn't be ideal, I think that it would be best to power through, even though it would get me 2 points of exhaustion.
Okay.
The halved speed would be worth it.
Okay. I'm gonna like zip forward here. So
Yeah.
it is like backbreaking. You are exhausted. Every inch of you is aching, and you finally manage to carve out a big enough hole to get through to the other side. And you have been in this cavern on this side before. This is the other side of that same cave-in that you were in before, and you know how to get to the Temple of Galathea from here. You also do know that there are some monsters, small things that like to fall from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Are you heading straight for the temple?
Yes. For the most part, I feel pretty safe because we smashed all those eggs last time, so there is at the very least a limited number of
Okay.
whatever those little suckers are.
Make a perception check and then
Does
a
that come with-
dexterity check.
Does that come with disadvantage for both?
They both do. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you said perception and dexterity.
Dexterity, yeah.
Perception, 13. So 16, so 13's the lower for perception. 18.
18. Okay, and then your dexterity.
That's a 14. And that's an 11. So 11 plus 2 is 13 for dexterity.
Okay. You in the time, going through the tunnel, your speed is halved, so you're kind of slow. You end up taking a total of 5 points of damage from those things falling on you. And you successfully make it to the other end of the tunnel where the statue, I believe, is still open. Yeah, you left it open, right? The statue on the other side?
Yeah, I don't think we
I believe
closed it.
so.
Yeah. So it's still open, and you find yourself at the busted open hole in the Temple of Galathea.
I'm gonna crawl out of the hole looking like the end of Die Hard or something. I'm gonna be like, "Hi, I made it."
There are like random people around, and they're just like, how did you, what? Can I help? Do you need help?
Most of them have no clue. Kaz is the only one who knows we're here.
Can you tell Kaz that I'm here? I'm sorry. I have Leo's necklace.
Yeah, yep, okay. And so a couple people start fussing over like your injuries and just like generally assisting you, and eventually
Do any of them cast greater restoration on them?
does that remove all the points of exhaustion?
I think it removes 1 point of exhaustion per casting.
Yeah, so one of them does
restoration do it?
cast greater restoration, so you're down to 1 point of exhaustion now.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you.
Yep. And Thauma and Leo, someone comes in and is like, Kaz, somebody's here to see you. They look very injured. Kaz kind of looks at you guys and
Leo's up.
What?
Leo's up and following Kaz.
Okay, you're going out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, is Thauma going with?
Yes.
Okay, are you going in disguise? Or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Elomi, as some people are fussing over you, you see Kaz and Leo and some random person.
Oh. Friends and associates?
You just see the one of the tentacles. 'Cause I'm still an
Ursulani.
Ursulani, but a tentacle just curls into a fist bump and goes out. And
Ah, friends!
Oh my god, the party's reunited.
Listen, I'm tired, guys.
Leo's just gonna give you like a big hug and just like squeeze you.
Elomi's gonna hug back as best they can, but their arms are like quivering. They were working so hard. I miss you guys so much.
All right.
My family's full of buttholes.
Can Elomi have a bed?
Kaz
Elomi have
looks
to
at
sleep
you
under a
guys
bed
and is
too?
like,
We'll be gone in the morning.
absolutely. But next time you're paying rent. I'm gonna go get some tea.
That's fair.
Leo's like, I can pay rent right now if you want me to. I don't know.
Kaz has already
It's
gone off to
same.
get tea. Okay, so yeah, you are all reunited in Kaz's room with tea and Kale, the person, not the food, and Hydrus is there, and it's just a big old slumber party in Kaz's room.
Can I take like 50 gold out and just like hand it to Kaz?
Oh my god.
Kaz
like,
is gonna like,
rent?
I'll take half of that, and like takes half of it. They'll take 25. They're just like, for my inconvenience, but I don't need the rent. That was a joke. So yeah, you can mark down 25 gold.
The
They'll
rest of
take
the other 25 is going to be put in a shoe somewhere under their bed.
it. Beautiful. She does happen to have a shoe, even though she does not have feet. She has a shoe that is clearly
There will
like a
be
souvenir.
something under the bed, like a bag or something. There's something, or like a pocket if there's like a thrown cloak. Something under the bed gets the other 25 gold shoved
Beautiful.
into it.
In the town where I'm from, we
I
often
tend to
drink beer out of shoes. That's what they're good for.
Oh yeah. What an old tradition.
Yeah, we call them shoeies.
Yeah.
That sounds
That's-
disgusting.
That sounds fake.
Nowadays, people usually have like glass container recreations of the boots rather than being like
Oh,
literal
yeah, that
off
is
your
a
feet
thing.
shoes. Yeah.
I've seen like the Das Boot glasses just sticking out of an actual like
It was
boot.
much older of a tradition when they weren't afraid of as much foot gunk.
This is just disgusting. In any case, the party has been reunited. And I think that might be a good place to call it, especially since we did not take a break. So you're all together, you are safely in the Temple of Galathea, and yeah, we'll see what happens next time.